Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana again with Expressions Craft Studio. And some of you may recognize this paper pad, this Winter Frost paper pad from DCVW that I've had for years. And I've actually got a whole nother one that I've never even started on. Let's see, this is from 2017. And I'm still trying to use this up. And I opened it up today thinking I'd make some gift card holders, but then I got to looking and I was like, oh, I just don't know. I'm not feeling it. I think I've used all the pretty pages is why. So I decided to use this one. And instead of making gift card holders, I'm just going to do regular cards because I haven't made any Christmas cards in a while. So if I looked at it correctly, I'll be able to get 6 cards on a standard, what is it, A2, where it's 4 by 5 1/4 with like an inch to spare up there, I think is what I'll get out of it. And then I will just attach these to some card fronts, or some card bases I mean, along with some sentiments also cut out from this pad, and add some pretty bow or something else to it just to make it a little snazzier. But I'm over this paper pad. I'm ready to be done with it. I don't know when I'll get around to using the second one, just because I'm kind of tired to see it. I thought it was gorgeous when I bought it, but after looking at it for so many years making cards with it, I'm just kind of tired of it. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to get 6 cards out of this, and then we'll have an extra strip left over from the top. So I'm going to go cut everything at my guillotine cutter, and I will be right back. Alright, I am back from my cutter, and I've got 6 card fronts cut out, and I miscalculated. I have 2 inches of this left over. Now, I do have a hole in the center from where the paper pad was, set to be hung up on the wall. But I can definitely use that for something. I just don't know what. So I'm going to hang on to that because that's a nice border strip. I could even just use the snowflakes here, like on a belly band for a gift card holder or something. So I am going to hang on to that. The other thing I've got is I wanted to show you is we can do this a couple of ways. So I could either have 6 cards where I have 3 like this. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. So I'd either have 3 like this, 3 like this, or I could do 2 of this and 2 of this, and then do 2 of this. Now this is really shiny. By itself it's pretty plain. It would definitely need something on the front of it. Haven't decided what that might be yet, or I could just cop out, cheap out, ease out, whatever, be lazy and do it like this. So I could have 3 and 3, which would make a nice set if somebody just needed 6 Christmas cards. They just had a few to give out, maybe in the office or church or whatever, I don't know. Or you could have 2, 2, and 2, which is also still a nice set depending on how you finish them off. So I'm going to quit doing that because it's blinding me, so it's probably blinding you. So that's where my next dilemma comes into play. So what I'll probably do is start decorating 2 and 2 and save these till I'm more inspired maybe, and see what I can put on the front of those that will be that will look nice. So we're just going to attach these to the front of the card, and then we'll figure out what kind of sentiment we want to put over the top, or other final decoration. So I'm going to start gluing these down. You all know how to do that. You don't need to watch. And I'll be back when they're glued down and I'm ready to do the next step. Alright, I have decided to go ahead and make the fronts of these cards all the same. I'm not going to use the silver snowflake on the back. It's just really kind of blinding. I didn't really like it. So we're going to go with these 6. And then I decided I was going to use some of my deckled edge dies. I haven't used those a while and I really love them. I have several different sets. This is probably my favorite set. This is from Stampin' Up, and it was, I don't know if they even still have it, I couldn't promise you, but that was the number when I bought mine, 159173. So if you have a Stampin' Up dealer, she can help you, he or she can help you with those. The dies I chose to use are, if you're counting from the smallest die out, are numbers 2 and 4. And I kind of test drove those a little bit just to make sure that they were the right size for the images I wanted. So what I ended up with was these. I taped them together, as you can see. I should tell you that. I did tape them together so my spacing would be consistent throughout. And then I cut out all of my frames, and these will go over the pictures that I'm going to put. So I'm going to put a picture behind there and this on top of here. And this is a what do we call this? This is like a pearl finish, not glitter, but very pearl. So it's got some sparkle to it. And then I ended up with all of these extra little rectangles. It'll be great for sentiments. Maybe I'll cut some stuff out of vinyl and put it on there. I don't know yet. Those were just kind of a byproduct. And I could have not cut those out of there and just used this whole piece and then just put my thing on the top, but I really wanted it to look like it was framed. So I wanted it behind the actual picture behind the frame. But you could do it the other way if you like. I used 2 sheets of pearl paper and I really only needed 1. So I don't know what I'll do with that yet, but I will probably make some more of these, just because the image set that I'm using from Creative Fabrica, which I will link below, is it's got a lot of really beautiful pictures in it. I've gone ahead, I printed it on photo paper. I've said before that I have a lot of photo paper left, and I'm kind of trying to use some of that up. I also love the way these pictures print out on photo paper. They look really nice, and because I'm using such a small window, I was able to get, well, let's see, 3. I sprayed it with a clear sealer just so I wouldn't scratch the ink off, but I think I got 9, 10, 11, 12, like 18. Let me go grab it real quick. All right, here it is, and I got 16. I had to count them. So that's not bad. 16 images, and these are all from one image collection in Creative Fabrica. The only waste I have was this little bitty square here, and my printer prints edge to edge, so that's why I was able to get so many on here. Like I said, I'll link this image set below if you're interested. There are additional images in there I didn't use. There's some with like a city view from up on the mountain looking down. There's some kids in there and different, winter wear. So, and I think there were a couple of extra trees I didn't get to use. So it's quite an extensive set, and I think it's beautiful. Now the trees, because I did resize them to fit what my dies were going to be, I'm trying not to touch it because I'm afraid it might still be wet. They came out a little longer and narrower, but they don't have to be that way. If you're using design software, you can certainly keep them, shorter and fatter, or rounder if you prefer. But this is what's going to go inside or behind the frame. So let's just do one here. Well, here, this Santa looks pretty good. So that's going to go behind the frame, and then that will go on top of the card. So, oops, there we go. So I'm going to finish letting this dry. I will come back, and when it's dry, I will come back and cut them all out, and then I will decide which ones I'm going to use. I probably am going to have to go back into that paper pad because I like these so much, and find another sheet to make some more of these cards in this style, because what I say, I have 16 and I've only got 6 cards here. So yeah, I'm going to need at least like 2 more sheets. So I will do that off camera, and then once I start putting them together, I'll come back and show you what we've got. But yeah, you can get quite a few on a page if you're using smaller images, and that's the good thing about framing them. It does allow you to use smaller images. So there you go. I'm going to finish letting that dry, and we will come back later. Well, I'm back. I gotta say, I got so busy assembling everything, I almost forgot to record the last little bit. So I did end up cutting out all of my little pictures to fit in my frames. Made sure that I let my sealer dry. You don't need to do that. I just have found that my fingernails and stuff tend to scratch it, so I don't like to scratch the ink off, so I use a sealer. It's not necessary. If that's not been a problem for you, I wouldn't worry about it. My photo paper is 25 years old, some of it, so it could be that even. So anyway, I cut those all out. I used my tape runner to put tape on the back, and then I kind of did my best to just center it. I did use my T-ruler a little bit, but what I think I would do again, and I will make some more because I've got another 10 pictures left over, I would make myself a little square template here. I've got so much cardstock. I'm sure I could find a scrap piece that would just make me a little square template so I can center that up. So anyway, I also then went and put dimensional tape, foam tape, on the back of each of the frames, and to adhere the the card front, I actually used score tape. So anyway, this is the last frame until I cut some more pictures. So I wanted to show you, or cut some more cardstock. So all I do is remove my tape, and you can add glue at this point depending on how sticky your tape is. You don't have to. It does give you a little bit of wiggle room if you feel like you need it. So far, so good. I've been doing all right with these. I just try not to press them down initially. And I try to use a part of the, a part of this border print to kind of line it up with, to help me get it as straight as I can. That's a little too much. It probably could come a little bit over to my right, but I'm just gonna kind of look underneath there and make sure it looks like it got all of it, and it did. So I'm just gonna press it down. And there we go. So that's all 10 cards. I just need to put either stamp a sentiment or do one of my card inserts for the inside, and they're all done. Now I've been doing these for the angel card project. I'm going to show you the cards here one at a time just so you can kind of see. But I've been doing these for the angel card project, but I might hang on to these because they're kind of a nice set, I think. And I did mention that earlier, that it might make a nice set of 6 if somebody needed them. I love that Santa, and I like this one really well too. So I don't know, they may go to the angel card project, they may not, but we'll see. So anyway, down and dirty, quick and easy. There's a lot of people that make cards, and there's a lot of different styles that they use. Some people buy kits. I have a friend that does kits, and she makes beautiful cards. Other people like a particular product line that they make cards with, and they do a lot of stamping. I like a lot of different techniques, and I like a lot of different products. So a lot of my stuff is going to be primarily digital, but not entirely digital. And I used the Cricut. I could have used the Cricut to cut these out, but it was easier to hold the dies from Stampin' Up against there to see what size I needed for the frame. So, you know, use whatever you have. You don't have to do it the way somebody else does it to make beautiful cards. I think these are stunning. I felt like the background was really kind of boring, But then you add this photo print of this beautiful Santa to the inside, and all of a sudden it's not a boring card anymore. So, you know, use what you have, do what you like. Don't feel like you got to do it somebody else's way just because that's how you saw it done. You are allowed to use your own imagination and your own interpretations to create your own beautiful, whether it's cards or whatever. I mean, you can create whatever you want to create. So, you know, just use your imagination. So, having said all that, I've shown you what I've used. I will link everything at the bottom, including this link for Creative Fabrica. It is a affiliate link, just so you know. You don't have to use it. It's just there for your convenience. Yeah, I think that's it. There'll be some links for the products that I use also under Amazon links, also affiliate links. And gosh, I think that's it for today. I'm trying to keep this one kind of easy. I am going to, because I do have 10 more of these, I am going to pick another sheet from this book, or from this cardstock pad, and make some more. So I haven't decided yet which sheet I want to use. I could use that. I do kind of like this, the silver foil dots. That's, yeah, this wouldn't be too bad, I guess, in the same vein as the other ones. This one's nice with the sleigh bells, peace on earth, all the different Christmas sentiments. Here's another border print that's similar to the other one, except it's just along the bottom and the top. There's nothing in the middle. I think I might use this one because I could do both sides of it to mix them up a little bit. So I think I'll use that one since it's already torn out. But I also could have used this one, and it's got the blues in it, so that carries over. I think the dark blue stars are a little bit much. Here's blue and gray polka dots. Could use this. Could use the holly as well. I don't think I'd use this. It's a little too plain for me, unless I was going to make my centerpiece bigger. And since I've already cut them out, they won't be getting any bigger. So I won't be using that. Let's see here. What else is left? This piece really just has this design down here. And then this, I could use that. That's not bad. And then there's a little piece of this, which this might be okay to use. And what's on the other side of that? Oh, so that's more sentiments and stuff. So I'd probably be inclined to use this gray snowflakes on the back. So I don't know yet which ones I'm going to use, but I'll pick something out. Maybe I'll use up some of the scraps or the ones that are already loose and go from there. But this is a really easy technique, even if you don't have dies to cut this out. If you have a cutting machine, you can certainly do it on there. You could even buy frames. Most of the hobby stores have little frames that you could use. Yeah, so there's nothing here that you would have to buy specific supplies for, or, you know, tools for. I won't say supplies because you will need supplies, but tools, you wouldn't necessarily have to buy any extra tools. Thanks for joining me again. We have gone over 400 subscribers, so thank you so much to all of the new subscribers, and as always to my old subscribers. I do think I'm kind of starting to think about 500. When we get to 500, maybe I'll do a giveaway. I don't know yet what I'll give away. Maybe it'll be sets of gift cards that we've made, or sets of Christmas cards, or just an assortment of different holiday cards. I don't know. Maybe I'll do gift cards. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. But I am going to do something for 500 to celebrate 500 viewers when I get there. It's taken me a while to get where I'm at, so it may not be anytime soon, but thanks to y'all, I'm growing much quicker, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for joining me, and until then, I hope you have a happy crafty day.